I'm going to tell you all about Lands of Avaronia. But I just want to say before we get started, as you can see, I'm back. I've been gone for so long because I just haven't had time to make any videos. So if you've been sticking around for this long, thank you so much. So I don't have a lot of time really to make this video either. I'm still going to tell you about Lands of Avaronia, but it's going to be hella quick. I almost didn't make this video, but since the dev asked me specifically to make it for him a while ago, and the edited video ended up being short, I was able to find time to make it. Now, he didn't give this game to me, but it's only really $1 unless you use maple syrup drops like me, but I'm still gonna give my honest opinion. I had to plan to make it seem like a grand story and then take the footage, make it look really cool, and add some jokes and stuff, but I literally don't have time for that, and I don't wanna waste your time either. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna condense everything down into points, and I'm gonna blast them into your face. It's gonna be kind of an over review, like an overall reviewing the overall. Lands of Avaronia is an old school 2D RPG that's quite minimalist and simple. You might find it kind of boring, or you might find it interesting. That's up to you. I thought it was all right. Although, for an indie game with a solo developer, it's actually quite unique in that it has great music overall. The menu music is nice, and the in-game music is okay too. Its overworld maps are also pretty cool too, and the art style is actually something I quite like. So starting our journey together, we're introduced to two characters named Blaze and Sorgash. That's a stupid name. Talking about their job to find and save a nobleman's daughter. I will say that everything I've seen from the dialogue at the start of the game is alright, it's not bad. So our first task is to get through a wolf-infested forest, and Sorgash suggests to take the wolves by surprise. They're wolves? You probably don't want to do that. It's kind of dumb, but whatever. And also, the wolves look like naked mole rat. When it comes to the combat overall, it's not very rewarding itself because you don't really gain anything from defeating enemies. But to make up for that, there's misses, and we'll get more into that later. The maps are quite linear as well, and throughout you'll find chests for different gear or different kinds of potions, which could make it a little bit more interesting in the late game. But I don't plan to play it unless you want me to, so let me know. Either way, we're gonna skip the whole wolf encounter thing in the forest because it's long and we don't have time. The next section after that involves fighting bandits, and luckily for this section, there's not that many. The cutscene dialogue is actually not bad at all. Adds a little bit of emotional depth, and I'm kind of like trying to find good things about it. So it's like a little cliche, but it's something. I'm easy to please. Advancing to the next section, there's more dialogue with Sorgash before fighting bandits again, where they explain their situation and plan a little more, and at least it's not as dumb as the last one. They're wolves? You probably don't want to do that. Also, just so you're aware, level ups are based on story progression, not killing enemies as I said, or picking things up or anything like that, so skip as many enemies in the beginning as you can. I'm sure it gets more interesting later with better maps, but it's very linear in the beginning. So this next bandit section has 2 whole maps to it, and as I said, they're linear and full of an incredible amount of bandits. We're gonna skip all of it. All the maps, all the bandits, because we don't have time. Except for this story I told about a manager I had in the past, which I thought was pretty funny. I gotta eat some lettuce too, of course. Can't only eat meat or carrots, whatever they are. I had a supervisor when I used to work at Zeller's, and he used to make fun of me for eating salads in the break room. He used to say, oh, eating more rabbit food, I see. And then, well, not shortly after that, he ended up with gout. So, who's eating rabbit food now? Anyway, there are a ton of bandits, and remember the miss mechanic I mentioned earlier? It's absolutely brutal sometimes, I swear. It seems the rate of I miss to they miss is like 5-to-1, but it's really the only way to make the combat like more interesting in the beginning. After murdering all the bandits in cold blood, you'll finally get to the boss, and he is an absolute pushover. When you do murder the leader, you'll find the princess or daughter or whatever, and find out that orcs are involved too somehow. I don't know. Again, we're gonna skip all of that, all of the dialogue, all of the lore. We don't have time. But I will say that Blaze is a murderous maniac, or maybe it's me, because I tried to kill the guards in the city. Now you can't interact with anyone or any of the buildings either, which was expected, but it still would have been cool if there was something there. Literally right after the city, you go back into another forest and you have to fight more wolves and crows this time. Crows, I think, birds, but we literally ran out of time while recording. So this is where we're gonna have to stop it. Now, to be honest, the whole game, maybe it gets better, maybe it's more interesting. I found it kind of dry. I was only having fun because I made it fun, and it kind of reminded me of some of the RPGs I played when I was a kid, but it's probably only gonna be for you if you don't mind dropping $1 or more on an old school RPG that is quite minimal. It's only $1, so like, I don't know, you get what you pay for, I suppose. But that's just coming from me, so tell me what you thought. If you played it, let other people know what you thought about it. And if you liked my quick little overview of literally the first like chapter or two, then tell me so I'll make more. I'm going to try and make more videos either way, but my time to do so is very limited, so thanks for your patience. I'm going to keep this short and sweet, so I'm going to let my past self take it away. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty fun. Hopefully you found it fun too. And hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.